Let's deep dive into some interview questions about method overloading and method overriding. What is the difference between method overloading and method overriding? Method overloading occurs within a single class where multiple methods have same name but different parameters like numbers, type or order. Method overloading is a compile time polymorphism. Method overriding occurs between a superclass and a subclass, where a subclass provides its own implementation of method already defined in the superclass. The method signature, name and parameter must be same for method overriding. Method overriding is a runtime polymorphism. Question 2. In which scenario would you use method overloading? You would use method overloading when you want a single method to be perform similar operation but with different input types or numbers of inputs. For example, creating a multiple add methods to handle integer, floating point and string addition. In which scenario would you use method overriding? You would use method overriding when you want a subclass to provide a specialized implementation of method inherited from its superclass. This is a common when you need to change or extend the behavior of superclass method for a specific subclass. Can you overload method with different return types but same parameter? Answer is no, you cannot. Method overloading is determined by the parameter, not the return type. If parameters are the same, the compile cannot distinguish between the methods and resulting in the error. Can you override static method? No, you cannot override static methods. Static methods belongs to a class itself, not to instance of the class. If subclass defines a static method with the same signature as a static method in the superclass, it's called method hiding, not a method overriding. Can you override a private method? No, you cannot override private method. Private methods are not accessible outside their own class, so they cannot be inherited or overridden by the subclass. If subclass defines a private method with the same signature as a private method in the superclass, they are considered separate methods. Explain compile time polymorphism and runtime polymorphism and how they relate to overloading and overriding. Compile time polymorphism, that is static polymorphism, it is resolved at the compile time. Method overloading is an example of compile time polymorphism, where the compile determines which overloaded method to call based on the argument passed. Runtime polymorphism, that is dynamic polymorphism, it is resolved at the runtime. Method overriding is an example of runtime polymorphism, where the JVM determines which overridden method to call based on the actual type of the object at the runtime.